You need to do something about this. Right now.
Yes, dear. Anything you want, dear.
Kids, and it's like, wow.
And we're like famous.
I know, right?
First of all, your mother and I think you guys are really cool.
So cool.
And we're so proud of you. You know, no one can say that your mother and I haven't done all that we can do to give you a head start in life.
Dad, we're kind of busy here.
You know, our parents would not have given us a furnished basement that they could have rented out just to indulge some whim your father or I might have had.
We have a full schedule today. Can't this wait till dinner?
With the way the economy's going, we all have to make sacrifices. So, you know, we're thinking about renting the basement.
What? You can't shut down a YouTube channel?
Tens of millions of elementary kids now have smartphones, so they can call their parents in an emergency. It opens up a brand new market, and they all depend on us.
We made a spreadsheet of all of our expenses and all the money we have. You know, the mortgage, the utilities, the regular household expenses, groceries, taxes, car payments, and the gas to get you guys to all your meetings.
But Dad, thousands of proud fathers and working mothers who can't make it to their kids' grade and high school sports games, theater, and dance concerts depend on my broadcast.
And not including, you know, all the clothes for Katie's show.
I'm the fashionista for the grade school set. Millions of girls depend on me to help them at school for back to school.
Let's not forget all the money we spend on pop and snacks.
But Dad, you said that we shouldn't repeat your biggest mistake in life. Waiting until we're 40 to find our passion. Well, we haven't.
Right. This isn't just a hobby. It's our life dream.
And you should have seen the proud looks on both your faces when you two saw the first video we uploaded to YouTube.
There's the script for the opening segment. All the weekly highlights of the Little League, soccer team, and professional football teams are queued up and ready to go. After the sports highlight, it was going to be Mustafa's story about performance enhancement drugs, ligoting, and energy drinks, but it's on hold. The coach of the girls' soccer team, whose coaching style he tore to shreds on his last show, is his father's boss, so you'll have to write about a piece about Hazel Crest Elementary star basketball player getting a $50 endorsement deal with an ice cream store.
Okay, fine.
And finally, I want a raise.
Okay, so how about this? You don't have to end the whole thing, but maybe just some of it, huh? You know, your mom and I sacrifice a lot, and it's only fair if you guys sacrifice some too. Okay, and for starters, what about the evening news by those 4 other kids? I mean, do we really need to hear about the bike accidents, who made honor roll, which dog impregnated the neighbor's dog, and the play reviews that got the kids so mad they toilet papered the tree in the front yard?
Ellie, Allie, Taylor, and Emerson would, and all those hundreds of parents who never got to see their kids pictured in the newspapers or on TV.
What about the Judge Julie show that got that pack of fathers so mad that they each threatened to punch me in the face?
Somebody needs to make bullies accountable.
Well, okay, well, what about the Jerry Springer style show? It's too much.
That's how we got nationwide attention for a show in the first place. All of the 11.2 million people love seeing Susie kicking her boyfriend's behind for cheating on her, and then getting into the hair pulling fight with the 3 girls he cheated with.
Well, okay. How about the yard sale recycle show? I mean, we can get rid of that.
Why shouldn't we show kids nationwide how to save the environment by selling off all the stuff the parents don't use anymore?
Just because we parents don't use things every day doesn't mean that kids nationwide can sell them to supplement their allowance.
Samantha's in the green room, but she's being such a bitch. She says that if we give her piece the same amount of airtime that we give Connie for her piece, she's not only never coming back on the show, she's not inviting you or anyone in your clique from school to her birthday party. That, and Connie says that if Samantha goes on before her, she's walking out, and she demands sparkling water in the green room instead of pop.
Promise them the usual. If there's a lot of likes for their segments on our Facebook page, we'll give them their own shows.
Yeah, I thought interning would be fun.
Okay, how about this? You can keep all the shows we've talked about, but the one reality show written by the high school kids from the screenwriting club has got to go.
No way. That was my idea. I bet if it were your favorite kid's idea, she would get to keep it.
That show was a huge hit with the board busted trade commuters nationwide.
You know what? This used to be a nice, quiet, peaceful town. But when that neighborhood went viral, this whole place has gone crazy.
Your mother's right. Our octogenarian neighbor, Miss Levinsky, is not having an affair with the 18-year-old who mows her lawn. And Cindy Rivera and Del Washington did not get married in their parents' backyard. And those 20 people that showed up were not her former ex-lovers.
The show was a boon to the town. There's no longer a for sale sign anywhere because this is no longer the dullest town in America.
Plus, all the motels are full. We've got tour buses, and everyone wants to get selfies made with the stars of the shows.
Okay, Nick Habib doesn't even have a daughter, so he can't go around with a shotgun threatening any man who looks at her. And Alice Ackerman died after a long battle with congestive heart failure. She was not murdered. And no, the whole town isn't a suspect.
Yes, and I don't appreciate us being included in that murder suspect thing.
No.
And you know what? I can't go to the grocery store without being harassed by mobs of citizens who are super angry because they can't find a place to park their car anymore. Or those child labor protesters who are demanding that you stop using the thousands of area kids to make your fashions.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Little problem with our most popular guest for tomorrow's show. Even though her appearance on the show made The Fundamentals of Dad Psychology a bestseller, her agent said Miss McCain won't be making it back on the show, even if it's by Skype, unless she gets $15K. But not to worry, even though I never get a pat on the back for doing a great job, I got this covered. In the last 2 weeks alone, I've gotten over 20 emails of this woman who made Fundamentals of Mom Psychology begging us to put her on the show. So I signed her under the condition that she gives you 15% of her royalty. She's on the way to the airport as we speak. Oh, and wait till you see the results of the elementary school art contest for the design of your line of backpacks. My idea again, but who's counting?
Okay. All right. What if you substitute some of the negative reality content for positive content?
We tried that, but we started losing the rating wars to the copycat YouTube channels by the kids in the surrounding towns.
Right. Nobody tunes into a reality TV show to hear about the new Bud LaJoy in the house, kids beneath the state science fair, or people making a full recovery after a terrible bout with cancer.
You know what? Your father and I would have gotten divorced years ago if it wasn't for you kids. So let me just say that putting up with each other is sacrifice enough. It's time for you two to do your part.
That's all true.
I'll take care of this. From now on, please address any and all complaints you may have to Melody Dinker, the head of the channel's legal team. And she'd like to have word with you right now about a little thing called a cease and desist order.
Life is so unfair. Kids today have got all the things we wish we had when we were kids. I mean, 5-year-olds drive electric cars all over my neighborhood, for crying out loud. Well, what about our generation? When are app developers going to give us the technology we need so kids today can't wait to grow up so they can have what we have? Well, the comments section is the place to tell app developers all the kinds of apps you so desperately need to make sure kids today no longer see you as an antiquated relic from another age. It's also a place where you can tell them how they're going to pay if they don't provide those apps right now and for free. Things like all the massive protests you're going to organize where they work, and all the things you'll be blasting at them over all your, bullhorns.